All right, so Luka Doncic is always a topic of discussion when we're talking about the MVP race. Because everybody in the NBA media always want to put Luka in the race, and quite frankly, I don't think he belongs. I really don't think he belongs. There's a lot of reasons why. I have a criteria that I like to use for MVP candidates, and he's not meeting that criteria as well as the candidates are that I have ahead of him. Right. He's falling short in a lot of areas, especially in the area of winning. Right. So forget all the numbers and the stats. Like, we're not supposed to be. I think that's one of the issues that that the NBA needs to fix and clean up. Like, it's things that you can clean up about the NBA without even making a rule. Right. You don't have to create a rule. You have to change the mind state, and you have to get back to the pureness of the game. Right. And you have to start valuing things that matter when it comes to winning basketball games. And we know defense matters, right? So if you start making defense matter and you start using defense in your criteria and you start giving defense heavy consideration and praise, then it'll change how the players operate, right? If I'm not going to reward you for getting a triple-double, if I'm not going to brag about you for getting a triple-double or almost averaging a triple-double, if I'm going to value players that play both ends of the floor, then players would start playing both ends of the floor. But if all I got to do is get a triple-double and get impressive 30, 40-point triple-doubles, and as long as I'm doing that, if I'm getting praise, and then you're just explaining away the reason why I don't play defense or can't play defense, or explaining away why my team is in the 8th seed, one game out of the 10th seed, probably going to be a play-in team. If we're going to keep trying to give this guy the award, why would he want to play defense? So I'm gonna play for you a couple of clips of Gilbert Arenas on Gil's Arena talking about Luka and the Mavs and his defense and his triple doubles, and then Chandler Parsons had some interesting things to say as well. So I'll play both of those for you.
We also have Miami.
Now you see why in the Mavs' defensive struggles, with everything that Luka brings offensively, does he need to worry about being a good defender? Is that his problem?
Yes. Yes.
Surround him with that defense.
No.
I'm just saying.
Because look, I told y'all it's Luka, Ant-Man, and Boston, right? But now, like, while I'm watching him, like, I'm starting to pull away from, because he literally just let niggas walk right by him. And it's like, Olay. And that's the effort thing to me. Like, if you gave me effort and you got fouls, one thing, right? That's just showing that you need to play smarter defense.
Right.
But if you give an effort and you contesting shots, at least, making it tough, not fouling, like, if they scoring, they scoring. We're going to live with the fact that you just giving effort, but if you're not giving no effort and you coming down on this end and you giving me all the effort, that's the difference between championship basketball and just out here playing for numbers. And that's why I'm looking at. I'm like, is he really out here playing for numbers, or what you doing, bro? Because you're not giving me the same energy on the other end.
And the other all-time great perimeter players, a lot of them play both ends to some degree. I mean, if you just think about the top scorers and top wing players, they all competed defensively. Some were all-time greats, a la Mike and Cole, but D-Wade, guys like that. But, like, then you have other guys that will put effort in. They didn't have to be great defenders, but they wasn't like a Olay.
Yeah.
Like, they have to cover for Luka, like, almost pre-rotate, which is scary. And then you also got Kai out there who they covering for. Like, you got two guys that you have to over-cover for, not even, like,
I hate when they put Kai in your conversation.
So that's kind of scary. And then you start comparing Luka to some of the other all-time greats with the numbers, and you're like, hold up, you got to watch the game, bro.
You got to watch the game.
He's scoring and doing a lot of things, great numbers, and he great, but the separation is, man, he's not guarding out of the end.
At all.
I mean, even Kawhi Leonard, who's an all-time great wing, I mean, Paul George, like, come on, man. Just give a little bit of effort defensively.
Gil, you were a key king.
I'm just laughing because, I mean,
How you say he don't play defense? He's not even guarding other team's best player, and they still say he don't play defense.
And they still
No, but I'm saying, but when you
physically can't.
But when you guarding
He
he better go
Why
the Euro
can't he?
route. He's gonna go the
why
Euro route.
can't he though? When you guarding the other teams,
Go the Euro
yeah.
route. Go ahead.
Yeah, when you, like you said, you ain't guarding a high usage guy, so you should be able to help and do stuff. He's not guarding a high usage guy, and people still saying like,
okay.
he ain't playing no D. That's crazy, yo.
Okay. Physically, in his position, who can he actually guard, even if he tried? Who? Let's just be honest.
That's pitiful.
He's a 6'9", slow, no fast twitch muscles whatsoever, can barely dunk the ball for his size.
Smarts, man.
Smarts, yeah, but on a foot race, if we decide to go one-on-one, who can he stop at the 1 or the 2? Let's just be honest.
Larry Bird couldn't stop
I'm about to
nobody.
say Larry
But
Bird.
Larry played hard.
No, yeah. No.
Steals,
But then,
anticipation.
now we're not talking about in the 80s.
I get it.
when they're learning,
but I'm just
when
giving
they're
you
learning how to
I'm
dribble.
just giving you a
Stop.
comparison to
Stop.
slow.
We're talking
I'm just
about-
giving you a
doing
comparison to
I'm
slow.
talking
You
about-
can still
we're
watch
talking
the game and know how
we're
to
talking
play
about
2 steps
today.
ahead.
We're talking about today with all our pack with the package.
Of course
with the
not.
if you had to
Help
go
side defense
All right.
is easy if you just try,
okay,
bro.
that's right.
You're right. Get him 6'9". He ain't nobody he can guard.
Right
Ain't nobody
now.
can guard.
Right now, today.
Be me right now.
Right now, today, your life depend on it, one-on-one. Would you rather go against Luka, the score on, or give me somebody else that's worse in America, or
Worse
or Kyrie? Who would you go against right now to score? This is your life depending on it.
I'm scoring on Luka, bro. Easy.
Who would I rather?
That's bad. I want you to think about this. Jason Kidd a couple of weeks ago compared Luka to LeBron, Michael Jordan, and some other great I can't remember. He said he's already better than Dirk. He's in the conversation with LeBron and Michael Jordan as the best. This is what Jason Kidd said. Imagine talking to someone about the best basketball player you've ever seen, and then that is true about him, that he can't guard a stop sign. What are we talking about? Basketball is not just triple doubles. Basketball is not just offense. Basketball is defense as well. It's actually half of basketball. How are you the best if you can't? I'm not talking about you're not good at it. I'm not talking about you're average at it. I'm talking about you fit, like Gilbert said, he physically can't guard anybody. Like he's saying it's impossible for him to guard someone effectively. And that's the person you want to prop up as the best. Like if we got conquered by a country, almost like Space Jam. Let's say the aliens come down and they were like, look, man, either we go take over your whole country or we go take over your whole planet, or we go leave, but we go give our best basketball player to play your best basketball player for y'all lives. And basically they're saying is Luka is a candidate for that. You would put Luka up there against the Monstars. Luka going up there. No passion to play defense. Can't stop a nosebleed. But that's the best we got to offer. That's the best. That's the best we got to offer. No, there's people that with way more passion, that want to play both ends, that want to stop their man, that can score on anybody, that can score in a phone booth. They don't need 1,000 screens to start his offense. Like Luka can't even get past a player without a screen. He needs a screen to get the player on his hip. If it was just him and the player one-on-one, it's going to result in a step back three. Without that screen, he can't get to the hole. So my whole thing about this is people keep wanting to put him in the MVP conversation, and they think it's a good idea to give a player who don't play any defense the MVP. It's never a good idea. Harden should have never got an MVP. But at least when Harden got his MVP, his team was the top of the West. So you can almost say, all right, so I wouldn't even argue that. When Harden and Jokic got the MVP, we thought of Jokic as a bad defender as well. I think Jokic is a good defender from what I've seen so far this year and in the playoffs last year. What I've seen from Jokic in the playoffs last year and so far this year, I think he's a good defender. Not great. And he don't give me the rim protection that a 7-footer I would like from a 7-footer. But that's because he don't have that leaping ability. But his effort is there, and he's a good defender. He's smart, right? He wants to defend. So I'm done talking about Jokic's defense, unless I'm comparing it with Embiid's. Then I'm going to have to point out the fact that Embiid is head and shoulders above him as a defensive player. But Harden and Jokic, I'm okay with that because when Jokic got his first MVP, I want to say his team, not his first one. His first one, he probably shouldn't have got. I think that he was in the 6th seed for his first one. His second one, I think he had a top seed in the West. So when what you're doing is leading your team to great success in the win-loss column, all right, I'm willing to overlook something. There's no perfect player. I'm willing to overlook something. In Harden's case, his team was top seed. He got an MVP. His offense was on another level. Defense wasn't quite there. I'm willing to overlook something if you're getting wins for your teams, but I can't overlook Luka not winning on top of not playing no defense. I got to overlook both of those things that give you consideration for MVP. When I got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander that's doing everything, Shai Gilgeous is winning, number 2 seed in the West, probably about to be number 1 seed soon. He's playing offense great and defense great. He's doing it all. Right? That's all I can ask for. Give me the offense. Give me your offensive value. Give me your defensive value and your team success. If you're doing those 3 things, I can fight for you for MVP. But when you look at that triangle, the Mavs don't have team success and Luka don't have defensive value to his team. He only has offensive value. He only got 1 leg out of the 3. How do you consider that? All because a triple-double is almost being reached. But that's not even the only thing. His defense is not the horrible thing. His team success is not the only horrible thing. It's how he's getting his points.
We also have Miami in Dallas and Luka and his team beating the Heat 114-108. He finished with 35, 11, and 11. Kyrie with 23, 4, and 4. Rozier had 27 and 11, and Butler with 14. Luka, first player in NBA history to have 4 straight 35-point triple doubles. Over the past 8, he's had an average of about 37, a little over 37 points, and yet the team is 3-5. This is where this Luka observation, fandom, questioning starts to come in, Chandler, because you hear all those numbers, you watch him, the eye test, you're like, he's amazing, and then the record doesn't necessarily reflect that. Is this why sometimes he maybe doesn't get looked at as a real MVP candidate?
Yeah, and he hasn't won, right? He hasn't won at a high level. He hasn't, and so it's almost like James Harden back in the day. It's like his usage is so high, the ball's in his hands. You'd like to see everybody get more involved. And there's a balance, right? You want your star player, like Anthony Edwards, for example, this next 2 months, you want him to take 35, 40 shots. You don't want Luka to do that for a whole season from October to now. It's exhausting. Guys get upset. Guys want touches. So I think when the Mavericks are at their best, they obviously have Luka and Kyrie going. They're taking the majority of the shots. But you have to have the Tim Hardaway's chip in. You have to have PJ Washington's chip in with 12 points. You got to have everybody involved. You got to have everybody touch it because that is contagious. That makes them play harder. That makes them happier. It makes them defend. And when you got a guy like Luka that's so good offensively and not so great defensively, guys have to step up and cover him on that end. So when they're open for that swing, they want that open 3 instead of a Luka 35-foot step back. So I think he's an unbelievable talent. He is literally a guard version of Jokic where he can do everything. He's mesmerizing with the basketball. But as a teammate, it's a little exhausting watching the same shit over and over again. And then when you don't win, it's even magnified. Like, okay, can we try something else? Can I maybe get the ball? Like, you know what I mean? So it definitely can be frustrating.
Look at Shams. Look at Shams' face. Look at Shams' face. Shams trying to keep a straight face.
Like, observations. Yes. I care. By the way, I'm glad you said that, Chandler, because I woke up and I saw a bunch of tweets.
Right.
He's right. And people are like, get Luka some help. I'm like, why? Even if they were there, he does it by himself. Like I find this argument to be so confusing at times because I love watching Luka play.
He's got help this year. This is the best team I think he's been on. Wise, they go 8, 9, 10 deep. He's got the team. Use them. I take the most shots, play the most minutes, have the most assists and triple doubles. Do what Jokic does. But find a way to do it to keep everybody happy and to win games. That's the biggest thing. He's going to put up stats no matter who's his teammate, no matter what team he's on. He's going to average 30. He's going to average 10. He's going to average around 6 or 7 rebounds, whatever. He's going to get his numbers. To be able to do that and win at the same time is when Luka Doncic will take the next step.
Yeah, so they said 2 really good things, and that was Michelle Beadle, Lou Will, Sham Sharani, and Chandler Parsons, right? They said some good things. Chandler Parsons said that his teammates are tired of watching the same stuff over and over again, especially when they're losing. We got to watch Luka bring the ball up. We got to watch some plays. If Luka really want a point, he's going to spread the floor, 4 players standing at the 3-point line while Luka operate in the middle of the floor, dribble, step back 3. All right. Or dribble, drive, or high screen and roll, drive, suck in the defense, pass to a shooter, right? That's pretty much their whole offense, right? Then they got a portion of the offense where they're trying to bring Luka's usage rate down a little bit, but only so Kyrie can get touches. So now what they do is, all right, let Kyrie bring the ball up this time. Luka, you go stand in the corner and just stand there. You got a player that's 6'8", 6'9", 230, who is a great post player and a great offensive player and a great passer, standing in the corner while Kyrie has the ball at 6'2", 6'3", and as good as he is, and he can get his shot in a number of ways from a number of different areas on the court. That's very hard for a 6'2" guy to create his own offense just off ISO. I can't use 6'8" Luka in the screen for Kyrie. He can't screen and roll. He can't pick and pop. He can't post up in the mid or low post, high post. He can't run off screens. So when Luka don't have the ball, you're really playing 4-on-5 because Luka is just standing there. He's not cutting. He's not going to do any of those off-ball things. So it's almost like, man, we ain't a good team with Luka without the ball either, because it's almost like we don't have a 5th man on the floor. So we can only really get something when Luka has the ball, because everybody else is willing and committed to doing some of those things off the ball. Who cuts, flash to the like if the team is playing zone, they flash to the middle and do things like that. They're willing to set screens and all that stuff. They're willing to do those things without the ball. Luka's just standing there. Those plays are when Luka is getting rest. All right, I've been going to get mine for the last 10 points. I'm gonna take a breather. Kyrie, you can bring the ball up now. I'll take 2 plays off and rest. And that's just for the eyes, so we can be like, yeah, Luka don't have the ball every play. Kyrie got it sometime too. Right. And when you look at the stat sheet at the end, you be like, oh, Luka took 27 shots, Kai took 23. That's kind of, yeah, but you got to understand the shots they're getting, the offense they're not running. It's horrible. And then Michelle said she's tired of people saying that he needs help. He got help. How can you help a person who's going to do everything? Like the first way to get help is stop doing everything. Right? You're asking for help, but you're doing everything. Like I'm not, if you're moving your furniture out of your house and putting it on the moving truck by yourself, right? I can help. But if I show up with my gloves and my work boots ready to help you move this couch, and you just throw it on your back and move it by yourself, what the heck? And then you tell me you're in the way. You got to get out of the way. You in my way, because that's what that offense is. Everybody get out of Luka's way and stand at the 3-point line. Just let him do it, right? But then when he drops the couch, everybody that was standing by watching him gets blamed. Well, why y'all letting him carry the couch by himself? Well, he's telling us he want to carry it by himself. He's showing us he want to carry it by himself. And he's telling us to get out of his way unless I need you. Right? But it's all for, at the end of the day, he can go and tell everybody, man, I moved all my furniture by myself. Right? He wants that satisfaction that he did it all by himself. It sounds good when they say LeBron James dragged nobodies to the finals, like he did it all by himself. That sounds good. He wants that same type of gratification. I did everything. I passed, I rebounded, I scored. And they think everything is just those 3 things. Right? Nothing else about basketball is important. It's just points, rebounds, and assists. So yeah, here's his man telling everybody all the help that we get him. It don't matter if it's a professional mover or not. It can be like Porzingis and Kyrie are professional scorers. Brunson was a professional point guard and scorer. Couldn't even play point guard. Right? It don't matter what help they bring him. He's not letting them help them or help him. He wants to do it by himself. So what do? Okay, I stand in the corner. Mark Cuban and Jason Kidd have both said that that's what we do. We got 4 guys, 2 in the corner, 2 on the arc, spacing. The paint's wide open. Luka can operate. That's what they want. They only want those 4 guys there in case Luka gets in trouble. So you can only help if he gets in trouble. But more other than that, they want him to do it by himself because that looks better. So if he start wobbling and it look like he about to drop the couch, then y'all can come out of the corner and out of the arc and help him with the help him get it back on his back. But then go back to the corner, right? Because he needs to do it by himself. That's basically what I see. And if y'all see something different, y'all let me know.